Hello, my name is Camilo Vargas, and today we'll be making two cocktails using St Germain Elderflower liqueur. It's probably one of the best liqueurs out there, so why not make a couple cocktails with St Germain? The first one that we'll be making is actually called the St Germain Cocktail. We have a carafe here, in which our first step will be to fill it up with ice. We popped open some fresh, dry, has to be dry, sparkling wine. You could use some Brut champagne, or even some Sangria Blanc would be okay. Alright, next we have some fresh, very fresh from the market, some fresh fruit. We have some strawberries, some raspberries, some blueberries. You can use whatever you want. You can use kiwi, anything that you could think of, you can use. And I even added some fresh cucumber slices to this. I'm just a cucumber guy. Let's top it up with a little bit more Prosecco. That should be enough. Our next step, some mineral water. To me, this is fine. Perfect the way it is, but some people add gin to it because St Germain isn't strong enough. So I'm going to start giving it a little stir. Spread out some of the fruit evenly. And finally, all you have to do is add some St Germain to it. Now, St Germain is very unique. The reason St Germain is very unique is because they actually hand-pick elderflowers, and what they would do is they have like a secret process in which they try to grab all the flavor out of the flowers, and they even blend it with some grape spirit and some fresh sugar cane. So it's very sweet, actually, very aromatic. It actually pairs very well with gin, but we're not going to use gin today. A little bit more. And the reason we put this last is because it helps sink to the bottom, which actually helps blend for us. It's stirring for us, pretty much. All the flavors are blending in together. We're going to give this one last stir. And this is actually perfect summer drink. Here in Maryland, it's actually getting cold, so there's still a couple of days left of the heat. So I would recommend doing this out in the patio with your friends. You pull out a pitcher. It's very beautiful. You grab a little glass, set it right there, give it another stir. Look how fresh and beautiful that looks. And what you could do to your glass is, add some of the fresh fruit for garnishing, so it looks pretty and everything. Some cucumber slices, some raspberries, some blueberries, some kiwi, any fruit that you like, as long as you like it. Next, what you would do is you would actually just pour it in. And that's it. Set this aside, sit with your friends, talk, refill, pour it in. Fresh fruit, fresh ingredients. Always use fresh ingredients. It's a beautiful cocktail. Alright. So now we're making a traditional mojito, but we're going to add a twist to it. We're going to call it a Mojito Paris, because this is actually from Paris. It's actually a soccer team called Paris St Germain, if that even interests you. The first step that we're going to do is we're going to do this a little differently this time. We have fresh blueberries. You already bought fresh fruit for the other cocktail. Why not use fresh fruit for another cocktail? About 10 blueberries. Grab your muddling stick. Just begin to gently press the blueberries. Just want to get that beautiful color. It's mainly for the color and to add a little bit more sweetness to our cocktail. And fresh ingredients are always the best. Blueberries are very fresh right now. So we have a nice little muddle. Our next step, we have our rich, simple syrup. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. Add about a bar spoon to it. you're probably asking me, Camilo, why didn't you muddle the mint with the simple syrup? Well, that's very simple. You see the mint leaves? They actually have little veins on them which contain chlorophyll. If you start muddling it like crazy, I've seen bartenders, oh, let's muddle the mint. You're actually making a very bitter, nasty flavor. You don't want it in your drink. You don't want a nasty, bitter flavor. It's actually very easy to do. You don't muddle. What you do is you break out the stem. I recommend about 10 pieces, okay? So let's just get 10 ready. 3. We got 4 now. 5. 6. We got 7, 8. We got 2 more right here. Alright. So we have the mint. So what are you going to do with the mint, Camilo? Is that what you're asking? It's actually very easy to do. You grab the mint, you're going to wake it up like this. Give it a smack, a good smack. What that does is, it opens out the flavors of the mint. My hands, if you could smell my hands, mint. Give it another slap. All that mint, that's it. You could muddle, but if you're going to muddle it very gently and a little bit, just enough to break out the aromatic flavor of the mint. That's all you have to do. You don't have to muddle the mint, okay? Set this aside. We will need it later. We grab half a lime. Some people actually like leaving the limes in the mojito. I don't like doing that because the lime, the outside of the lime is very bitter, and I don't like bitterness with my mojito. Some drinks, I'd recommend actually using a lime peel. Alright. So we just juiced half a lime. That's enough. It's about almost an ounce. It's good. Next, we have our Bacardi. Why are you using Bacardi, Camilo? Mojitos traditionally from Cuba. This is very affordable. There's too many flavors going on that it doesn't really matter what kind of rum you use. Honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't. You can use Mount Gay rum, anything. This is traditionally from Cuba. We're making a Cuban drink. Let's stick to Cuban roots, to the Cuban roots. We add about 1.5 ounces of Bacardi. Drop that in there. Next, we do 3/4 of an ounce of our St Germain. If you smell it, you can smell the grape and some fluorescent properties. So we have 3/4 of an ounce. Get some space over here. My home bar is very small, I apologize. I like to give this a little stir. See how it's turning? It's a very nice color. It's like purple, light purple color. It's very beautiful. Alright, so we gave it a little stir. Next, what you do is you grab your ice. If you don't have a machine, like a refrigerator that crushes the ice for you, what I did earlier in the video, before I posted the video, I filled up my shaker tin with ice, my shaker tin, and just started beating the ice like this. That's all you gotta do, just beat the ice like that. And now, or you could put it in a towel and just hammer it. Simple. You grab your ice, you start filling up your glass with some fresh ice. Remember, fresh. Even the ice is fresh. I had to break it down myself. I like fresh ingredients and everything. Look at that beautiful color. Alright. And what you could do is, you remember these little stems that we had left? Just gather them up like this. See that? Set that aside. And your next step would actually be to top it off with some mineral water. Pellegrino, club soda, whatever you like. Not too much because you're going to break all the flavors that you added to the recipe. So you give it a final stir. Look at that beautiful color. Let's try to spread out the mint leaves. Wow. Add a little bit more of fresh ice so it looks pretty. It's like a snow cone effect. There's actually more of a modern way to make a mojito. If you actually go to Cuba, they don't even crush the ice for you, but I think it looks a lot better like this. We could wake up our mint so when our guests reach out to drink it, this is more of a garnishment. They're not going to mix this with their drink, but they can smell the mint that's going on. Smack it. Mint everywhere. A little beautiful garnish. You could garnish it with a lime as well, but dude, this is enough. And here we have our 2 St Germain cocktails. Let's put them together. Isn't that beautiful? There it is. See you next week, guys.